A violent carjacking has left a GTA woman with physical injuries and even deeper psychological wounds.
The moment she was thrown out of her own vehicle, captured here on dash cam. The theft happened quickly after her husband briefly stepped out of the SUV, and today she spoke with our Sean O'Shea about this traumatizing incident. Sean.
Now, this carjacking victim was very fortunate because she initially refused to give over her vehicle for several minutes to those carjackers, to those suspects, and she even called them out at one point saying, "You're not using a real gun, you're using a toy one." Turns out that was a real gun, and she is the latest auto theft victim to call on police and government to try to do more to deter auto theft.
My body is bruised.
She's one of the latest victims of carjacking in the GTA.
4 guys swarmed him and they asked him for the key.
Mandy and her husband, we've agreed not to use her last name, were out at a fundraiser Saturday night. The couple stopped to drop off a family member at this building in the Yonge and Sheppard area of North York. That's their car in the distance, as seen on someone's dash cam.
I thought it was like, what is this, a Halloween prank?
But it was no joke. The carjackers wanted the couple's 2-month-old Rolls Royce SUV, similar to this one, valued at about $700,000.
He said, give me the key.
Mandy was buckled into the passenger seat.
He goes, give me your ring.
Her husband was outside the car already. Mandy says she didn't comply at first, arguing back instead for 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Get out of my car with your phony fake gun, right? And he said, it's not a fake gun. So he pulled out the bullets, showed it to me, and at that point I realized, well, maybe this is more serious than I thought.
The carjackers were driving a Range Rover. One of them jumped into the Rolls Royce and drove away, with Mandy still in the front seat, until she was tossed out. You could see her on the ground in the dashcam video.
I was very fortunate. You know what, when they threw me out of the car, they could have gone over me with the car.
Just last week, police chiefs held a summit in Mississauga to address carjacking and auto theft.
All levels of government need to come together to find a solution for organized auto theft,
agreeing that bail reforms and other changes are needed to keep perpetrators locked up longer.
They are putting officers at risk. They're putting the public at risk.
This is constantly being done. Maybe, you know what, you should keep them in jail until their trial is happening.
Mandy says the people who stole her car now know where her family lives. Vehicle's registration is in the glove box.
How are we supposed to be safe?
Her deep bruises will heal. She says fighting back was instinctive and not a good idea. But right now, says auto thieves appear to have the upper hand.
They're just coming and taking what doesn't belong to them.
Toronto police confirmed they got the call here to Yonge and Sheppard around 12:45 on Sunday morning, saying 4, possibly even 5 suspects. They say that this is an active investigation. Mandy tells me she and her husband will not likely replace that Rolls Royce with an equal value vehicle, provided that that vehicle is not found. But we've seen that other vehicles, there's a whole array, a big catalog for auto thieves, from expensive ones to less expensive ones, although they do prefer the most expensive variety. Alan?
Absolutely terrifying. Thank you, Sean.